So when I was asked if I would consider speaking, I thought long and hard about what I'd like to say here today. We know why we are here, of course, to protest the constant assault on LGBTQ+ people by the British government and the sham that was their attempt to host the now cancelled Safe to Be Me conference. Safe to Be Me could not be further from the truth. We face a constant bombardment that there is no escape from. We wake up and our community is being attacked. We go to work and our community is the butt of our colleagues' jokes. We go to sleep and our government seeks to strip back the few hard-won rights we have, and then this repeats. As a member of the LGBTQ+ community today in this country, I am very much not safe to be me. Indeed, the only people it seems to be safe in this country right now are rich Tory politicians with a penchant for partying during pandemics. I could say here that these bigots that call themselves policymakers could never understand what it is like to be a part of our community, and it's true, they don't understand what it's like to be a part of our community, but they do understand one thing, and they understand fully. They understand exactly what they are doing and the hurt they are causing. The policymakers, so-called members, some members of the so-called opposition, and the journalists who surround them know exactly what they are doing. And what they are doing is exactly what the two Helens said. They are trying to eliminate the trans community, eliminate solidarity amongst the LGBTQ+ community, and eliminate the entire community if they have the chance. So much for Safe to Be Me. What we face, and I know I don't need to remind you, is an existential threat. A threat, however, we will fight, and one I know we will win. Queer joy as an act of resistance was something I once heard, though I know many have said it many a time. And I thought it would make quite a good t-shirt, which is why I'm wearing one today. So I made one. And I think that is one of the most powerful things we can do. Obviously not t-shirt making, but being joyful in our existence. We face a climate where our opposition refuse to acknowledge that we could ever be happy in who we are. And the best way to counteract that and to show them is through our queer joy. Every little bit of queer joy pushes back against their arguments. It dissuades someone from being drawn into cult turf, and it gives hopes to those of us who don't quite yet have the courage to come out of the closet. Queer joy as an act of resistance is how we make it safe to be me. Queer joy as an act of resistance is the weapon we use in this campaign for justice. It is fitting then that we are making this protest, I'm doing this speech during Pride Month, and that we had our impromptu march 37 years to the day. Pride in London was led by miners from my home country of Wales in a show of solidarity. Not only because solidarity is important, not only because, like Pride, this is a protest.
You're doing great!
Thanks.
It's all good!
No, somebody was going to break it at some point.
There we go. Yeah. Anyway, where was it? Yeah, so not only is Like Pride is this a protest, but it means I can flawlessly segue into quoting from my favourite film of Pride, or rather lyrics from one of the songs that appears in it. Bread and roses, a battle cry for equality and liberation since before the 20th century, and one that is very important to our fight here today. We need equal rights in law, the guarantee of our safety, and the ability and fully, without hesitation, to be safe to be me under that law. That is the bread. And then the roses too is the ability to do all that without fear of judgment, to have equality and respect from all around us. That is bread and roses. Of course, right now we have a government that talks the talk. They say safe to be me, and they promise bread and roses, but their words are sour, their promises broken, the bread mouldy and their roses wilted. They offer naught and they deliver less. That is why we are here today. That is why I wanted to speak to us, to them. So I say this now to Dominic Raab, to Liz Truss, Boris Johnson and all others who align with their views on our community. Look at our community here. Look at everyone here today and be in fear. Look at us and see that despite your scaremongering, your attacks, your lies and your attempts to belittle and destroy, look at us and see our queer joy as an act of resistance. You will never take that away from us. You will never separate our community. You will never stop us getting our bread and roses from forcing this country to make it so it is safe to be me, so it is safe to be us. And it will. The march of progress is not always straight, and I'd say it very much isn't straight here. But progress does go marching on, and we refuse to be left behind. In every act, in every protest, in everything we do, we are winning. With every ounce of queer joy we have, we are winning. We will make it safe to be us. We will through our queer joy as an act of resistance.